first to a fascinating insight into the life of Hannah Hauxwell, the First Lady of the Dales, who tonight is celebrating her 85th birthday with us.
Yes, what better way to mark Yorkshire Day on August the 1st than the company of Hannah, who's made an extremely rare journey from her home to be with us this evening, and we are delighted that you are here with us. Thank you so much, and happy birthday.
Thank you.
Have you had a good day?
Oh yes, a lovely day, thank you.
Excellent.
Hopefully it will stay that way. It's now nearly 40 years since Hannah first appeared in a Yorkshire television documentary about her isolated life on a farm with no electricity or running water.
She became famous all over the world and went on to travel the globe with our cameras alongside her. But as we've been finding out, not a lot's changed over the years for Hannah at home, as Christine found out.
A solitary and old-fashioned figure in a modern world. This is Hannah Hauxwell, the country's most famous Daleswoman at 85. Frail from a broken hip, but otherwise remarkably unchanged from the Yorkshire television and films that made her a household name almost 40 years ago.
Hannah Hauxwell was left on her own when her mother, the last of her family, died 12 years ago. In the house, there's no electricity, no water on tap.
Too long a winter told of a life that seemed to hark back to a different era. But it was Hannah's gentle charm and humility which endeared her to the nation and made her an unlikely celebrity.
It's my favourite walk, and I've stopped and looked and I've thought, well, it's one thing, if I haven't money in my pocket, it's one thing nobody can rob me of.
Had some happy times there.
Those qualities are still very much in evidence today as Hannah recalls that time when everyone knew her name.
Did you ever wish that they'd left you alone and that you could have carried on being anonymous?
No, I haven't no regrets on that score. When they first came, I mean, I liked, you know, I was sorry when they went. It was lovely when they were there, and I missed them when they went.
Hannah may have continued to live a simple life at home, but elsewhere it took turns she'd never dreamed of as she travelled the world with her now friend Barry Cockcroft to make further films for Yorkshire television. Books and book signing tours followed. There was an invitation to meet royalty at the Woman of the Year Gala in London. Even at This Is Your Life, it seemed the public couldn't get enough of Hannah Hauxwell.
I enjoyed going to places. I had, as I've said, hitherto only read about, and they were reality. Still, I was just very lucky, that was all.
What is your life like now, Hannah?
Well, just very quiet. I listen to the radio a lot. Sometimes I wonder why I listen to it, but things did plenty to do, and me everlasting sewing. Well, I wish I had time to be bored. I wouldn't like to be bored, but I wish I had time to be bored.
Hannah has long left her beloved farm for a cottage in a nearby village. But as she celebrates her 85th birthday today on Yorkshire Day, home will always be where her heart is. And her heart is here in the Dales.
You know, I'm just as I am. I haven't a lot of use for the great pretenders. My mother used to say that if you be what you are, you're always on firm ground. I was, I still am, and I always will be, just a plain Daleswoman. So if people term me as such, that's good.
That was a lovely film, Hannah, and I've got to say, if I'm not bored at 85, then that's good. If you haven't got time to be bored at 85, that's fantastic.
Thank you.
Have lots of things to fill your time with.
Yes.
But you are always busy, aren't you? You're sewing and you're reading and you're listening to the radio.
Yes, there always seems to be something to do. Mind, I can't move very quickly. That doesn't help matters. So,
what was it like looking back at all those journeys that you made with Yorkshire television?
Oh, it was lovely just to see them, because you are apt to forget. Sometimes when you hear about something or see it and think, oh, I was there, wasn't I? And so, yes, it was lovely to see them.
Yeah, and Barry Cockcroft, I mean, he's so dear to your heart, isn't he, Barry? The producer that initially discovered you and made those early films and took you around the world.
Yes.
Very special man.
Oh, he was a lovely man. I've often said, I was very lucky that he came, and I was very lucky that he was the kind of man he was. No, a lovely man.
And you had no regrets about letting the cameras in to see your life?
No, none whatever. I would be perhaps very wary today, unless, you know, it was good old Yorkshire television or nice people that I can feel sure of. But no, I was very lucky. I had no qualms. No regrets.
I think a lot of people, I mean, when we said you were coming on, lots of people have said, oh, I'm really interested to see Hannah and what her life's like now. And although you have lots of people nearby come and see you, don't you? But you don't get on the Dales as much as you used to.
No. Well, I can't walk. I can walk, but I can't go out hiking and stiles I can't get over and gates I can't open, so sometimes a little bit limited. But friends, I go to stay with some good friends, and we go out for picnics and little walks, and they come and take me for a picnic sometimes.
I always feel that of all the places you've seen, where you live and the area you live in is the best place, really. You feel lucky to be there, don't you?
Yes, well, one is lucky to live in the North Country and where it's quiet, and yes, very lucky.
Well, Hannah, hopefully you'll stay with us throughout the programme, because we've got a bit of surprise coming up at the end of the programme. But thank you so much for coming and seeing us, and once again, a very happy birthday to you.
Oh, thank you very much, and for doing me the honour to have me here.
It's our honour.
It's our privilege, let me tell you.
Thank you.